tonight's episode of Breaking Open, and thank you for joining us. Tonight, we have a very special guest dealing with a unique situation that we have never before addressed on our show. Kate reached out to us a few weeks ago, and her case is truly extraordinary. She's a 25-year-old woman from the Toronto area, and she has just received news that has turned her world upside down. She was adopted at birth, and she has no idea where she comes from, who her biological family is, or ultimately who she really is. When we encountered Kate's story, we immediately wanted to connect her with a specialist who could offer her some relevant and actionable advice. We came across an interesting stream of research from the field of anthropology. Welcome, Dr. Christelle Erdmann. Dr. Erdmann is a professor of medical anthropology at McGill University. Her research focuses primarily on the concept of the open, and she is an expert in analyzing situations in which people encounter life-changing events that derail them from their previous understanding of their lives. Dr. Erdmann, can you explain to our viewers what exactly the concept of the open means in the field of anthropology?
Thanks for having me on the show today, Tara. Yes, the concept of the open is critical for viewers to understand as we explore Kate's story. Openness is the destabilization that arises during a moment of rupture. It's a gray zone in which we lose the validity of something as we know it. It's an I no longer understand based on what I know, but I do not yet have any new or better way of understanding type of state. To put it shortly, the open is a place that you find yourself when you have been derailed from the way you know things, where you're not equipped to move forward with any new enhanced method of understanding. Now maybe you're starting to understand why the open is so relevant to Kate. She is in fact currently experiencing the open. I'm eager to talk with her to try and understand the way she is thinking and feeling.
So thanks so much for providing our viewers with some background. Kate, it's so great to meet you, and thanks so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me, and thank you, Dr. Erdmann, for taking the time to give me some direction.
Of course. Now, Kate and the viewers, I will try and explain what I think you are experiencing, and please stop me at any point if I'm inaccurate. As I understand it, you have lived the past 25 years with a clear understanding of who you thought you were. You were close to your adoptive family and siblings, and you never questioned that you weren't biologically related. You practiced the adoptive family's choice of faith, Judaism, and you attended the private school that they chose for you. Additionally, you assumed that you shared the same predispositions to health conditions and diseases as your adopted family. When you found out a few weeks ago that you were adopted at birth, you were shocked. This was a moment of rupture for you. Everything you thought you knew, and the person you thought you were, was thrown out the window. In other words, you have been derailed from everything you have believed about yourself since birth. Now you don't know what to do. You don't have any experiences to draw from that will help you understand who you are, and you do not know the whereabouts of your biological parents, or anything about them really. You're probably wondering how you can possibly move forward from this point. Am I right?
You're right, that's exactly how I feel.
So Kate, you're experiencing the open. Let me show this to you on a little diagram. So for the past 25 years, this was you in your life. When you found out you were adopted, you were derailed. It was a moment of openness between what you thought you were and your moment of derailment. You are currently experiencing this moment of rupture, of instability, and you do not yet have the toolkit or the underlying logic to re-rail yourself to this moment up here. Yes, you might look the same. You do have the same hair color, eyes, body, but inside, everything you thought about yourself is different.
But Dr. Erdmann, I'm so frustrated. I wish they had told me when I was younger. I feel like it would have made a difference. I don't think I would have felt as lost as I do today.
But this is where I want to stop you. The state of openness that you're feeling doesn't exist in the abstract, as we say in my field. In simpler terms, it is not time or place specific. Therefore, no matter what age you learned this news at, you would have experienced a moment of openness. It would have still come as a rupture in your life. Your emotional response may have been different, but this news would have still induced this rupture.
I never considered that this moment of openness you're referring to isn't time or place specific, that it can't exist in the abstract. Thank you, Dr. Erdmann, for this clarification. So, how do I move on from here?
Unfortunately, Kate, there is no easy answer to that. I'm afraid I cannot predict when you will find a way of derailment, or when that will be, or how it will come. In our field, we acknowledge that derailment is in fact unpredictable and unforeseeable. But if you do derail, you will no longer experience this moment of openness, and the rupture will be repaired.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for tonight. We hope that our viewers have enjoyed this segment. Dr. Erdmann, thank you so much for coming and offering your expertise to Kate and our viewers. And Kate, thank you so much for coming and sharing your story with us. Now we'll end our show, as we always do, with the words of great McGillian anthropologist Tobias Rees. Thank you.